Phil, would you say you were disappointed by the outcome of tonight?
Yeah, clearly I have to be. I was hoping to be leading a Conservative administration after tonight. And again, the point I've made all along is if you look at what the people of Thurrock actually voted for in terms of crosses put in boxes on ballot papers saying, do you vote Conservative or not? If you go with the voice of the ballot box, if you go with the voice of democracy, then you would have a Conservative administration here in Thurrock tonight. And so when you look at what people have done, I think they've denied people their democratic voice, and that can never be right, no matter what the motivations.
So obviously you're in opposition, but so how are you going to confront this? How are you going to deal with this, so to speak?
Yeah, and we've made detailed plans for how we're going to run the opposition this year because we had to. I think the evening did go pretty much as everyone predicted it. It did come down to Anne Shields' casting vote for the election of a mayor, and that casting vote then rippled right the way through the subsequent business. So we knew that there was a chance it could go either way. Therefore, we have made detailed plans for opposition. We laid out some of those plans in advance. So we do see the overview and scrutiny process as very important. It's there in the Constitution as a means for holding the administration to account and feeding in constructive, creative ideas for how we can make Thurrock a better place. And we aim to do both those things to the maximum of our ability. Again, having initially had discussions with John Kent where he seemed very open to the idea of the opposition chairing all 5 of the overview and scrutiny committees, bringing their talents to the table. There were lots of fine words said about that, but sure enough, before the sort of in the days running up to the meeting, that rug is pulled out from underneath us. We decided we would continue to keep the offer open. Even though we knew Labour weren't making the reciprocal offer, we still felt we would keep it open because it was the right thing to do. I was very proud of my group for backing me on that decision. I believe Labour have made the wrong move. I believe they've got some of the wrong overview and scrutiny chairs in place because the point I made, when you're 24 people trying to do all these jobs, you're spread very thin in terms of that kind of talent. And I think that will be to the detriment of the work of those committees.
But, you know, with all due respect, you've only been a councillor for a year, you're new to leader. Would you not, I mean, to the less ambitious of us, we would much prefer a period where we could just get the lay of the land, maybe for a year, another year. Would you not see it that way?
Well, they say a week is a long time in politics, don't they? Which must mean a year is an eternity in politics. I'm used to going into, I think it was alluded to my CV tonight, which seems to have been all over the internet and all over the council chambers over the past few weeks. And I don't have any problem with that at all, because I do have a degree of pride of what I've achieved in my life so far. I'm used to going into high-powered professional situations and within a matter of a few weeks being expected to make a really meaningful contribution at a high level in those organisations. So compared to that, having an entire year to lie out the land, whilst, yes, on the one hand it would have been a steep learning curve, is a luxury that I haven't had in many of the roles I've done over the past few years.
Are you disappointed in Anne Shields?
I have to be, and it's been no secret that I thought she made the wrong decision a year ago, and I think she's made the wrong decision again tonight. When you speak to Anne, she always talks about the fact that she is a true Conservative and that she adhered to Conservative principles. And last year, the argument that she made for what she did was that she felt that the Conservative administration under my predecessor had lost its way, had made some wrong decisions. I think, you know, with the leadership transition, which has gone very smoothly, Gary chose to stand down. I've really appreciated Gary's backing in putting the new team together. I appreciated him seconding me on the night tonight. I think that shows the kind of relationship we're going to have going forwards. I think we'd made huge steps to turn that around. Anne still has close contacts in the Conservative group. She must know about some of those successes. So we feel that many of her concerns as a concerned Conservative have been answered, and yet still she's made the decision that she's made. So I don't fully understand it, and I'm not able to agree.
Going back to yourself in the next year, though, you know, many people deeply impressed with the quality of your leadership. You're still looking forward to this next year, aren't you?
I am, and I've had to prepare myself for both options. So on the one hand, I could have been doing this interview right now as the new leader of Thurrock Council. On the other hand, I could have been doing it as leader of the opposition. Things will now get a little easier now, knowing which scenario that I'm planning for now, but I am looking forward to being the leader of the opposition. I think we saw tonight that some of the way in which the Labour Party in Thurrock operates does not hold up to scrutiny. It does not hold up to the test of integrity and the, if you like, the sort of conciliatory approach and working together in the best interests of the borough that they always seem to talk about, but when it comes to the crucial vote or to the crucial decision, we're seeing that they don't follow through on. So we're going to challenge very robustly on some of those issues in opposition.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Phil.